Hello guys, so welcome back to the live session, the usual weekly Sunday live session from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. UK time. Thank you very much for those who are tuning in and who are now basically a weekly part of this session. So just before we get on, I would just share the disclaimer on this on these sessions. So my name is Jess Kedek. I'm live from the UK, provide guidance, assistance, help to civil engineers. All the information I share on this platform is based on my personal knowledge, my experience being here in the UK. I'm not an immigration lawyer. I'm not an a lawyer or immigration officer. So all the information is purely based on my experience. If you need a specific information or guidance about your specific case, I would urge you to do contact the specialist in that instance. The information provided here is generic based on the obviously the authentic websites like a gov.uk website most of the time, and that's what I generally provide through this platform. So your question could be relating to immigration to the UK, study in the UK, generally the life in the UK, and maybe about the civil engineering job prospects in the UK, and the study in-demand courses in the UK. So these are the sort of questions I would anticipate to hear from yourselves as well. And for those who are joining in, this is a weekly Sunday weekly live session. Generally, I request you guys to give me a call on my WhatsApp number, and we generally discuss the question and answers based on that live calls. But if you prefer, I mean, a text message or live chat there as well. So I won't mind if you can just share your question in the live chat there as well, and then we can have a chat and discuss the answers there, and I will try my best to provide the best solution or the advice I can give you from my end here. So that's the general pattern of the session, and I would love to hear your voices. If you can call me on that number which I've added in the live chat there, which is my WhatsApp number, so you can call me on that number and then we can discuss your questions there. But obviously, I will when I receive a question from yourselves, so I'll take a break there. I will listen to your question and then we'll answer your question there. But as a general sort of rule of these sessions, I generally discuss a topic here as well, based on whatever the most requests I generally receive on this platform, on this channel. So I generally discuss that topic as well in the interim before the question answers there as well. So in this live session, I will be discussing as well, some of the so hot topic, actually the shortage of occupational list, what's included, especially for the civil engineers. There's lots of requests came along as well. What are the different sort of disciplines that are included or excluded from the session? So I'll be discussing those ones, and apart from those, there will be actually the general question that comes from yourselves is about the job opportunities, especially for the graduates with no experience. What are the basic requirements, how you can apply for those jobs? So what I'll do, I will do some search on the Google, basically just do a random search there and just share those information with yourselves as well. What actually the employer needs, what they want actually as a graduate from yourselves when you complete your degree, what they're after, what the qualities, what are the different skills they're after to hire you as a graduate without experience. So I'll do those searches as well. So I have my iPad here, so in the interim I'll do some search here as well, and we'll share those information with you guys as well, like what exactly the employers are after. So we're going to discuss those information as well. But as said, you can call me on that WhatsApp number. You can throw your question there in the live chat as well. So I'll take a break and we'll answer your questions there. But in the interim, I will carry on with the topics, like the shortage of occupation list. So first of all, I have a couple of actually relating to civil engineering. a couple of the job codes actually on the shortage occupation list that are relevant to civil engineers. The first one, job code, basically is 2121. So I will discuss, so I will share this. Actually, I'm looking at on my pad. I'm not sure if you can see that, but this is what actually the 2121 on the shortage of occupation list states here. So it's for civil engineers. All the civil engineers, it's included in the shortage of occupation list, but to be very specific, so the job related to this code are building engineers, civil engineers, professional, highway engineers, petroleum engineer, public health engineer, site engineer, structure engineer. So these are very specific code basically for all those relating to these specific disciplines. Like so, if you're doing structure engineering, site engineering, petroleum, highway, they are all included in this one code 2121. So anyone who's doing basically who's aiming to come here to do their civil engineering course and they're relevant to any of these sort of job codes, like I mean whether building engineer, anything to do with the building, the structure engineering, site engineering, petroleum engineering, highway engineering, they are all under the same sort of code 2121. So you can search that on the gov.uk website as well yourself. And because on that gov.uk website, you will only have a one code 2121, and it will say civil engineers all jobs. So all jobs means all this what I've mentioned here. So these are all included in as a part of civil engineers. This is the generic question. Actually, I do receive from different discipline, from different students who are doing different sort of like structure engineering or basically construction related sort of studies, and they're asking the question whether their course is included in the shortage of occupation list or not. So this is the answers to those questions. There's another code as well on the shortage of occupation list, and that is the 2129, and it says engineering professionals, not described anywhere else. So basically 2129, that's another relating to civil engineering. Some of the disciplines are covered in this code as well, 2129. So the job related code, I mean, they're related to this code 2129 are well, I'm just going to specify the civil engineering sort of job. So project engineers, they are relevant to this code as well. Traffic engineer or technical engineers, these are additional part of a civil engineering sort of disciplines as well. So if you are looking basically in similar sort of jobs or similar of studies as well, so that they become part of the shortage of occupation list as well. So generally when you search these shortage of occupation list on the gov.uk website, that will only explain, basically that will only give you these two codes, 2121 and 2129. I mean, that they are the two relevant to civil engineers. But apart from that, it won't give you any more specific what disciplines are included. So the information I'm sharing here is from the national statistics, basically the UK national statistics, and that's where they explain what exactly those codes include, what disciplines are included in these codes. Generally, I do receive questions about the construction project management. Obviously, lots of students, they come here, I mean, to do construction project management course, and they ask similar sort of on the similar line. They ask the question whether that is included as part of the basic national shortage of occupation list. So obviously there are lots of disciplines, even if you do the construction project management course. So you can go as a project engineer, you can join a company as a project engineer, or as a technical engineer, or as a site engineer. So these are all relevant jobs to yourself if you're doing the construction project management course. So as mentioned, the 2129 code, engineering professionals, that do include the technical engineer, project engineer code, and also the 2121, basically that includes the site engineer role as well. So you are covered by these codes. So if you are concerned about whether your code is not included in the shortage of occupationalists. This is just to clarify that questions there. So as long, I mean, you search for these specific roles like site engineer, technical engineer, and maybe the project engineer roles, I'm sure, yeah, that they're all covered under the 212129 sort of specific code. So I hope this clarifies that anomaly about, yeah, the civil engineering, whether your course is included or not in the shortage of occupation list. And the beauty of, yeah, if your course is included into the shortage of occupation list, it make your life a lot easier when it comes to basically change your basically your status from the students into the skilled worker visa. Obviously you need to achieve those 70 points, and that's where this is very vital important factor. Basically, if your course is included into the shortage of occupation list, you get the 20 points straight away. So as long that's on the list, so you get 20 points. The rest 50 points is very easy. As long you have a job offer, you tick that 50 actually points already there. So the job offer, which is paramount, basically that's a non-tradable. You have to have the job offer to transfer your student visa into the skilled worker visa. So the job offer is very important. Without the job offer, obviously you can't transfer your visa. But once you have the job offer, and once you have also you identify your course is on the shortage of occupation list, you are also eligible basically with for a reduced sort of, yeah, your salary as well. So there's a reduction on that as well. So that's another positive for yourselves to transfer your visa from the student into the skilled worker visa. So these are very important points. So I always say, yeah, make sure you plan your journey way ahead and check all these requirements when you plan your journey. I hope these are clarified. But generally, I do upload. Basically, if you missed the information I've shared, I generally upload this video on my YouTube channel as well. So you need to make sure you start you start watch from the start as well, to make sure you understand, yeah, where I'm coming from when I said, yeah, the construction project management, that is included as a part of the civil engineering sort of, yeah, discipline. So that your course is included. So the two codes actually I've mentioned, 2121, 2121, that's one code that's relevant to civil engineers, and the other one is 2129. So you can search specific for those codes, and I'm sure, yeah, that can give you more confidence about the your course chosen codes. So let's see a few questions there from Alijo CD. So what kind of projects are having better scope, infrastructure or residential commercial? Uh, Very good question. In terms of, yeah, the disciplines you mentioned, I would go for infrastructure. Infrastructure is throughout the industry, basically. Whether you are even in residential, you still need infrastructure engineer for that. Even if you're railway, highway, so you can go switch to any other sort of major sort of, yeah, discipline. Or so that's very demandable infrastructure, I would say. Even commercial, I would say that's more demandable as well. But it depends, yeah, what your interest is. So I would go first infrastructure, second commercial, and third residential. So that would be my priority. So I hope that clarifies your question. But I would request, yeah, if you satisfy with the answers, do press. I need to have some likes here on the session as well. Also, if you are not basically familiarized with my channel as well, I would urge you to have a look and watch the videos as well. I do upload here useful information, especially for civil engineers. So make sure you watch and digest those information as well. And if you got questions, I'm always happy to help. So the next question is from Harish. Hi, sir. I got 65% in English plus two. Will I get admission with construction management from any university? Yes, why not? I think the requirement, obviously, the 65% you mentioned, that might be relating to your English language competency. Generally, there are university, they do accept basically the above 60% your marks, basically FSC or college level marks. They do consider as alternative to the IELTS, so you can waive the IELTS the least, yeah, for some university there. The other requirements would be relevant, basically, obviously, if you've done the pre-engineering there in your country, so that's relevant to construction project management, or anything relating to civil engineering you already done, or BTEC, any diploma type sort of, yeah, relevant to your construction management course. So I don't see any issue why you wouldn't get an admission. So simple answer is that. The next question is from Utsav, sir. How is social and work-life balance in structural engineering jobs? A very good question, Utsav. Nowadays, obviously, because of the COVID situation for the past 1.5 years, this is really the main topic. I mean, generally we discuss day in and day out, basically throughout the meetings as well, how we keep ourselves balanced between the job and the work life. And obviously, because of the COVID situation, we are working from home, so there's really hard lines between your social life, your personal life, and your work life. So you need to make your way up there. But obviously, the employers, I mean, they very much encourages, I mean, everyone, I mean, to take up breaks all the time, regular breaks. And also they do advise us to switch off your basically mobile and your laptop. Make sure you switch off everything once you've done your day. Basically, generally we say from 9 till 5. That's the general sort of, yeah, the timing, office timing here in the UK. So after 5 they do advise, so don't turn it on, just turn it off. And they do encourage, if you are struggling basically and you can't manage yourself, it's always the employer is always happy to take, yeah, you sort of question and your worries there. So you shouldn't be basically keep it to yourself. I mean, if you're struggling mentally, obviously mental health is some of the whole topic, I would say, the outcome from the COVID situation. So that's very much in demand sort of, yeah, topic we generally discuss and then out basically. And if there's any issues, the best thing is to highlight basically with your line manager. And I'm sure, yeah, that they are taking, yeah, it seriously. So it is something, yeah, is actually new to the surfaces or to the COVID. And that's where I would say it's completely up to yourself how you balance yourself. Obviously, generally, my practice is, I mean, when I finish my work, I tend to turn off, basically shut down my computer as well. So that's the best way you could do. And that's what I would encourage you as well. But as far the employers are concerned, they are considering everything, whatever you demand for. So they will be basically considering. And generally, obviously, it completely depends on your projects and how you take that project. Obviously, if you're struggling, you need to highlight that straight away to your line manager. And I'm sure that there is always a positive response from the employer. So I hope that explains the situation itself. Right, the next question is from Alijo. My experience is in Metro Rail for 2 years, sir. Which part of UK has better scope for construction? Right. So when you say which part of UK, obviously I'm not sure whether you're from India or any other country. Obviously, if you're comparing UK with India, so this is just a one is the whole UK is just the size of one state basically of India. That's the size of the whole UK is. So it's a very small area. I mean, if I compare it that way. So when you say which scope of, yeah, where is better chances, so obviously the hot location for the jobs is always London. London is the hub, obviously, of the UK, and there's lots of opportunities there. But obviously, at the same time, it's very expensive. One of the most expensive, yeah, city in the world. So you need to balance out yourselves. I mean, if you are after basically a quick money there and a fast life, the urban life there, if you enjoy that, so London is the place. You can find, yeah, lots of jobs there. It's whether part-time, full-time, any type of job, construction jobs, yeah, that there's a hot sort of, yeah, place there, London. Otherwise, I mean, throughout the UK, they're really scattered. I mean, all along basically. If I consider the West Midlands, like the Birmingham area, or if I go to the north, like Manchester, or further basically to Scotland. They're all scattered around. So I would say the whole sort of place is London, but apart from London, is scattered throughout the UK. So I hope that clarifies your question there. The next question is from Karthik Raja. Hi sir, please tell about NTU University. NTU, can you just clarify that NTU? I don't get it straight away yet, or what that means. NTU, which university we are referring to here, please. The next question is from Yugal Nathan. Hello, sir. I'm a civil engineer, done my postgraduate diploma in construction project management here in India. Is it good to opt an MBA in supply chain and logistic? Will I get a visa, sir, for MSc in construction project management? Well, you say, or MSc. Okay, so I got the question now. So you've done civil engineering, and you want to do MBA. So generally, I discourage the students. I mean, go those who have the basically civil engineering background. Why would you do MBA? I mean, I would encourage you to go for CPM, construction project management, which is more relevant to your civil engineering background. So in terms of whether you're going to get the admission, definitely that you already have the postgraduate diploma in civil engineering, so that's very relevant to basic construction project management. So I would encourage you to go for MSc in construction project management if you want to stay in that field, basically in the construction industry. I would encourage you in that sense. And will I get a visa? I don't get that question. If you can clarify. So if you're concerned about for the admission student visa, obviously, I mean, as said, I mean, for the construction project management, brother, that's more relevant to your civil engineering postgraduate diploma. So you can excel that to MSc degree, and I'm sure it will be easy to take for yourself because it's very relevant. And as I keep saying, civil engineering is in demand, in high demand. So I'm sure you can settle in yourself there as well. So I hope that clarifies your question there. But do call me as well, gents. I'm not sure. I haven't received. Actually, there has been a few calls, whether it's my phone is not ringing. Yeah, I think I've missed already a few calls. So here, my apologies. I mean, if you're calling, I don't know why I'm not getting. Yeah. Please do call me as well. So let's have a chat as well. But keep sending your questions there in the live chat as well. So let's have a discussion. As said earlier, this is a 1 hour weekly session. So if you missed the earlier part, I do generally upload this on my YouTube channel, so you can revise there as well. I already explained about what's included in the shortage of occupation list basically for civil engineers. So I already explained that in detail early part of this session. So if you missed that part, make sure you rewind them. When I upload it after finishing this hour, this will be on my YouTube channel, so you can rewind them and watch that details there. Okay, Karthik, Nottingham Trent University. Okay, NTU. Thanks for that. Brother, I generally say for the universities, I mean, they are really good. I mean, throughout the UK, whatever university you opt for, they always they do actually operate under the British Council. I mean, all the universities, so obviously they maintain their credibility there. Obviously, if they can't maintain it, there is a high sort of a check and balance actually on those universities. If they can't maintain themselves, obviously they will be blacklisted, and they can't operate. Simple as that. So all the universities, whatever you generally receive specific university, I just say the same. Basically, they're really good universities. They provide a really high standard qualification. Basically the lectures, information, details, the lectures. You would find majority of the lecturers, they are PhD sort of levels. Majority you will find them, and as long that the university is delivering whatever you opt for, basically, if they're delivering the course like project management, you intend going for project management. look at the specific basically modules there, what specific basically you are after. If they're delivering those sort of course by the universities, so that there's no harm. I mean, whatever university is, so it doesn't matter. I mean, where you're doing your masters from, so it's always a good year to have a look at the at your modules, as long as that ties up with your future, with your sort of intention. So that is a good university. Obviously, if you can afford it, Oxford, Cambridge is the best, which is the world renowned universities. But otherwise, I won't encourage you to go for spend so much yet into the high sort of ranked university when it comes to the job market. So it really hardly any matters basically where did your masters from. So as long they provide you the content, what you intend to, what your future basically entails, that is a good university. So I hope that is clear. So what is the scope for project management? Scope of project management. So my understanding is this is relating to construction project management. So again, I would just repeat the same. It is part of the civil engineering, and it is in high demand, I would say. As long, I mean, you do obviously the good sort of the course there in good grade, that would be that would be a good sort of future here in the UK. But obviously, I mean, these sort of the question, that's where I aired it from the start as well. So in this session, I will just do a random sort of search on the Google about the jobs. Obviously, I mean, there's lots of question that comes up again here as well, and in the past week as well, about the scopes. I mean, especially for the fresher, how the job market works and how you can find the job. So what I was trying to do in this session as well, at the same time answering your questions, that I will do a random search basically for the graduate roles in different disciplines, and see what we're going to find out, and I can share those information as well. But before that, let's take this call. Hello, brother. You are live with JK. Can I take your name and your location, please?
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmad. I'm from Pakistan.
Hi, Ahmad. How are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good, brother. How can I help you, brother?
Actually, I'm interested in construction management, master in construction management, but most of the programs are recognized by CIOB and RICS. So I was asking that if we, after completing my master's, can we apply for chartership of ICE? But most of programs are not recognized by ICE.
Right, and you are interested in the ICE, is that correct?
Yeah, because it is mainly related with civil engineering directly.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay. Have you got any other question, Ahmed?
What would you prefer between Nottingham Trent and Coventry for master in construction management?
Okay. Any other question, brother?
No. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your call, and stay live. Yeah, on the YouTube, I'll answer these questions. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for your call, brother. Thank you. So thank you very much, brother Ahmed from Pakistan. So the first question, very good question, actually. Construction project management, yeah, because they are relating to, like, I mean, construction, like buildings sort of side, and that's why they are affiliated with CIOB or RICS. And the ICE, that's a really good question, actually, brother. I didn't recognize that, but I'm sure there will be some university that would be affiliated with the ICE as well. But obviously, your question is relevant if they're not, whether you can go for the ICE. The ICE is basically with some experience, like, I mean, 4 or 5 years experience. Even if your course is not recognized, basically affiliated at that stage. So with some experience, you can still go for the ICE after, I would say, 4 or 5 years experience. So obviously, if your course is affiliated with CIOB, so in the interim, you can basically, with your experience, you can have your affiliation with CIOB, you can attain that affiliation. And after that one, you can also apply for the ICE as well after that. So what I'm trying to say, you don't need to have basically another sort of course that is affiliated with IC. You can still, with the same course, with some experience, because they're different sort of, how you can achieve the IC chartership. Basically, that there are different routes to that. And one of them is the experience route. So obviously, with a few years experience, 4 5 years experience, you can avail that different route. Obviously, the one I basically went for, that was a different rule. Like, I mean, you go with the training agreement scheme. Obviously, you won't achieve that one because your course is not affiliated with that. But with your experience route, you can still go with the ICE as well. So that's not a worry. I mean, if it's not affiliated, you can still achieve the ICE in long term. So if that is your goal, so I hope that clarifies that question. The second question was about the NTU and Coventry University. Which one is the best? Brother, I always say, yeah, they're all the best. I've literally, answered the same question to Karthik as well. He asked the same question with NTU. So as long, I mean, they are delivering the course content, I would just look at the modules, basically what they are presenting, and if they are of your interest, I would go with that. Basically, that would be my sort of best suggestion, rather than just preferring one over the other. Is as far I'm aware, all the universities, they are really the best sort of actually they are under the same British Council basically, so they are all affiliated with British Council, so they are delivering the best content there. So generally, I say go with the content, the modules. If they are of your interest, just choose the one, which one, basically deliver your course. So that would be my answers to that. So not a straightforward, a bit of a political answer there, brother, but that's what I could say, because I got no shares with NTU, neither with Coventry. Otherwise, I would prefer that. So I hope, brother, that clarifies that question there. Um, if you do like the information or the answers, so I would like to press the like button as well. And also, if you're not subscriber to my channel, I would like you to subscribe to the channel as well. I'm sure you will find more informative sort of videos there as well. And as said, I was let's see if there's any more questions there. But okay, Harish, sir, is there any particular university for construction management, or all universities are the same? Oh, I think I've literally explained there, Harish. I would say, all the same, as long they deliver your content. Look at I would just go with the course content, with the modules, basically what they are offering. Because construction project management, if the two universities, for instance, like NTU and Coventry, that's mentioned, Ahmed, they will both basically provide the construction project management course, MSc. And if you look at compare the modules, that will be completely different. So that's where I say, basically compare the modules. I mean, if the modules are appealing to yourself, so I would go for the one that's more relevant to yourself, and that's what you're going for. So I would just compare the different modules. I mean, that would be my preference. And okay, before we get any more questions, so what I was trying to basically share some more information about the job prospects, especially for the graduates after completion of your studies. This is a very sort of generic question I do receive, basically whether there is a scope of civil engineer, especially for the fresher, if you've got no experience, and how you can find the jobs. I mean, what are the requirements? These are the type of question I do receive, basically. So what I'm going to share, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do search on the Google. So not from the obviously, I mean, the job portals generally are used, but I will just do a quick search on the Google, graduate civil engineer, and see what they're going to come up, and what are the requirements. I generally say, when you search for the jobs, there will be specific requirement of what exactly the employer that they're required. As long you basically you fulfill those requirements, and that's where you need to basically apply for those jobs. So I did actually let's see, I did graduate civil engineer. This is what actually I found. So I'm going to read it out a bit. So this is a graduate role which was advertised 2 days ago with Mott McDonald. I'm sure, yeah, you are aware of the company. So the reason I'm sharing this information is just to give you a gauge basically what exactly information is advertised here on the job portal, what information or what details thereafter basically if you're applying for the job. So what you need to read basically from these details. So I will just jump straight onto the candidate specification, what exactly they want from the candidate. So I'm reading straight from this specification. So about they are saying, yeah, Mott McDonald are saying this actually, by the way, graduate civil engineer. I would just search simply that sort of title, and what I come up with candidate specification. So they say we are looking for a flexible and motivated graduate with a genuine passion for water engineering. So obviously, straight away, water engineering. So they are relevant to anything to do with water. So if you're environmental engineering, you're doing that sort of side, this is relevant to yourself. So you can go and read more about basically what else they're required. Obviously, if you're done the basically the course like construction project management, straight away you can see from the specification that this is not relevant to yourself. Or maybe if they're doing some sort of water courses of such, basically water engineering, that is relevant to yourself in that case. But obviously if you read the whole information here, that's what I'm sharing. I'm going to read it through further. It say to apply for this scheme, you will have achieved a 2-1 or above in civil engineering or postgraduate MSc and must have a strong interest in the water sector. So again, it's specific to water sector. They keep stressing that point, the water sector. Again, yeah, this is very important. Like, I mean, obviously there's no further, I'm going to read it further as well, but the most important another point here is the candidate must have 2-1 or above in civil engineering. 2-1 means it's like between 60 to 70 degree percentage of your basically achievement. As long you have that requirement basically fulfilled, then you can apply for this job. So again, that's where I generally say to yourselves as well, to all the students, make sure you do your degree in good grades. And that's where my generally I say, based on these requirements, basically when they advertise the job, they will have these, especially for the graduates, they will have these requirements that you must have 2-1 degree. That means between above 60 percentage of your marks basically in MSc. That's where you become eligible to this job. So that's very important for all the students here. If you are doing your masters, make sure the minimum you should achieve that 2-1 above 60 degree. Obviously if you go above 70, which is the first class, I mean obviously that weighs a lot more your chances of getting into the job market. So this should be you really sort of on top of your agenda to get to win the least. Further, I would just read you through the further requirements, what they say. We are looking for a graduate with the following characteristics. So methodical approach to problem solving, which is again, I mean, you've been doing your assignments, your coursework. I mean, that comes under the same. So you've done already that. Ability to use your initiative to undertake tasks efficiently and independently. Again, this is like the soft skills. I mean, what we're talking about. There's no hard skills. I mean, they'll mention here. The third requirement, they mention excellent verbal communication skills. Again, this is something I've been stressing for quite a long time, basically. So you need to have the communication skills there. The next point is excellent written communication and attention to details, and be able to demonstrate accurate technical drawings and good reporting writing. Is this the right graduate role for you? That's all the requirements, brothers. I mean, generally, I say the soft skills. I mean, so you can see how many soft skills they want. So communication skill, written skills, that's your soft skills. Ability to initiate or undertake tasks efficiently. That's again your soft skills. And methodical approach to problem solving. So again, your analytical sort of skills that come as a hard skills, basically from your course. So this is just to give you a flavor, basically, what exactly for a fresher, I mean, the employer needs. So obviously, if you've done the master's degree and you look at this, obviously this is relevant to water engineering, basically water related. So if you've done the environmental sort of side MSc, this is the right job for you. It doesn't ask for any sort of 2 years, 3 years experience at all. So straight away, there's no requirement of experience at all. I mean, that's all the requirement. Candidate specification I would just explain. That's all they want. So your soft skills there, a bit of your hard skill, which you're going to get from your course as well, and you are eligible to apply. When I say it's easy to find a job in the UK, that's the main sort of where I'm coming from. Basically, when you read the specification, you can straight away from the requirements, you can see, I can tick these all boxes. Basically, I've done the MSc, whether my degree is 2-1. I mean, that's another sort of straight away they require the 2-1 degree, basically. So if you've done the 2-1 degree and you have the soft skills there, so you have ticked all the boxes off there, and you are eligible to apply. So I hope, I mean, this is just basically a random search which was on the Mount McDonald. So for those who are looking for the basically the water resourcing sort of environmental sort of side, so make sure you apply for this job as well. This is just a trials actually 2 days ago. So it's in Reading, so it's the west of London, not far off from London, only 30 minutes from London to the western side. So let's take a few questions. Yeah, there have been a few more questions on the live chat. So Pratik, hello sir, I will be graduating this year as a civil engineer from NIT KKR in India. Brother, I don't know what that means, but yeah, let's see. I have some experience of about 3 to 4 months, but couldn't continue due to lockdown. So what should I do to go for higher education in the UK in structural engineering and get a good job? Uh, Brother, so obviously, first thing first, you need to complete your. Okay, you are graduating this year. Okay, right. So obviously, the easiest way, generally, I say, especially, I mean, if you are immigrating from other countries, the easiest way I generally say is through the student sort of format. So if you can do a 1 year master's, that is the best sort of solution. I mean, to migrate from the Asian country to the UK. I mean, that's the easiest way. Obviously, if you the other alternative is your skilled worker visa, which requires a lot of experience, your specialist skills basically to be hired in the UK. So the easiest way is the student. So definitely, I would encourage you to go for higher education. Structural engineering, completely your choice. Again, I mentioned earlier in this session as well, structural engineering is in the shortage of occupation list as well. So whether you would go for structural engineering or any other civil engineering disciplines, and I'm sure, you will find your way, through the job market here in the UK. So I hope that clarifies the question there, Pratik. And I would like, in return, I would like actually like button and subscription. Okay, next question is from Madhu. Sir, I have done diploma and engineering in civil engineering to do masters in computer science. If I do, will I get admission for masters, or will I get job after masters in the UK? I'm a bit confused about your question, Madhu. Let me try again. I have done diploma and engineering in civil and planning to do masters in computer science. If I do, I will get admission for masters, or will I get job after masters in the UK? It's really sort of too many questions, or I'm not getting it right. But obviously, the first confusing thing is for me is you've done civil engineering and you're doing masters in computer science. I don't see the relevance there, if I'm honest. Why would you go for computer science? Why would not you stay with the civil engineering? That's the first question. Obviously, if you don't like your construction, that's fair enough. But I would encourage you. I mean, if you already done civil engineering, and then I would say stick to the civil engineering. That would be the best way. If I do, I will get admission for the masters. Well, obviously, if you're switching from civil engineering and trying to find out MSc or in computer science, it depends on the university to university whether they will accept you as civil engineering as a replacement for the computer science. I'm not sure, if I'm honest. So it depends what university you're going for, whether they're going to accept your previous sort of modules what you studied there. Obviously they need to see the relevance between the civil engineering and computer science as well. So not sure exactly. You need to contact the university whether that they will be able to give you the admission, or will I get a job after masters in the UK? Obviously, the job generally you have to complete your masters after getting the job. I mean, like professional jobs I'm talking here. So the job will be, because that's the only way you will be eligible for the jobs. I mean, the degree makes you eligible to apply for your permanent job, basically here, professional job in the UK. So as long you complete your masters, and that will make your way towards your professional job. Uh, my apologies, Mother, I couldn't get it right, your question there, but I tried my best here to understand it properly. The next question is from Apama. Hello, sir. How's University of Birmingham? I received offer letter for MSc Structural Engineering. Same question is repeatedly asked about the universities. So I would just my answer is unfortunately is the same. So all the universities are good. Just check the modules. If they're providing the right content, the right modules for yourself, you should go for a University of Birmingham. It's a very good university, I should say. It's one of the oldest, I would say, in the UK as well, and very good. Actually, I did one of my construction law management course from the University of Birmingham as well. So it's very good university, very historical university, and in fact, yeah, Birmingham is the hub as well, one of the big city in the UK as well. So you will have the opportunities there as well, like for the part time. So I would say it's a good choice. But in terms of the basically whether that they are delivering the right modules for your structural engineering, that's up to yourself. You need to look at the module specific there. So I hope that clarifies the question there. If it does, do press the like button. So before I get more questions there, so I'll go back to the sort of the job searching actually for the graduates. So let's see if so that the one I literally explained, that was for the graduate civil engineer with Mort McDonald, and that was in the water industry. So let's see another sort of search, and now I got another graduate civil engineer environment agency. So again, this is relevant to. So I'm going to just read it through. This, by the way, this is just I did a Google search, a random search for graduate civil engineer, and this is what I'm coming up with the results, basically what they are offering, the different companies. So this is by the graduate civil engineer with the environmental agency. So obviously straight away with environmental agency, they'll be more keen to look at the someone with environmental sort of degree, and that would be more relevant to them. But what I'm keen to basically share with you guys are for the fresher, for the graduate, what exactly the employer wants from yourself as a fresher with no experience. Generally, you won't see any sort of statement basically for the fresher that they need 2 years or 3 years experience, and that's where I'm trying to convey. And most of the time that will be like the soft skills. That's all they want basically. So in this sort of opportunity, which is the graduate civil engineer with environmental agency, let's see what exactly they want from the graduate or from the fresher. So it says, I'm just reading it through. We are looking for civil engineering graduates to become part of our team, bringing innovation, passion to make difference, and be part of solution and contribution to our challenge of becoming a carbon net zero organization by 2030. See, I mean, the requirement is just the soft skill, innovation, and patience to make a difference to the part. So there's no hard skills there. So just keep in mind in that, yeah. So let's read it further. Our 4 to 5 years a national engineering graduate program focus on 4 vital areas: technical, commercial, professional management. It's a structured, well-supported program, and one that will see you take a mix of internal and external assignments, building up skills. Right, okay, so what it says actually, what the company is going to provide you basically. So they have a structured program for yourself basically. It doesn't require anything else. All it says basically, someone, they have the passion and they have basically innovation. That's all it is. And they can provide you basically the support for the graduates. They can enhance their skills like technical, commercial, professional management, and they have a structured program for those one. And it's further says, yeah, typically you will spend 3 months to a year on each assignment, giving you plenty of time to get the grips with the real issue, gain the necessary experience, making each project your own. We will provide full training under agreement with the Institution of Civil Engineers. See, I mean, these are sort of requirements. I mean, you generally come across. I mean, for the fresher, so it doesn't say anything about, yeah, we need such and such experience. We need like in fact here I can't see even they are saying we need like a 2-1 degree from environmental engineer or anything as such. It doesn't say that either. So obviously this is straightforward. If you've done MSc in environmental engineering, that's the job for you. Basically, there's no other requirement. Basically, it's just say someone with a patient innovation. I mean, that can share with the company. That's all it needs, and they have a good sort of, yeah, structured training program there as well to become, to make you a graduate engineer as well. So the reason I'm sharing these information is because I do receive lots of calls with the same theme. Like, I mean, we have no experience and we are fresher, how to find a job. So that's where I thought I would do a quick search, basically a random search on the Google, and that will give you basically a flavor what the employer actually needs from yourself as a fresher. So I kept saying when throughout my videos as well, they don't need anything from yourself. It's only your soft skills. So I hope, I mean, that it gives you a bit more boost basically if you are a civil engineer. So let's see a few more questions here, and we will carry on a few more random searches there just to give you a bit more different variety. I will do a bit more in different. Couple of them we already discussed was relating to environmental engineers. So for all the environmental engineers, you can see there are jobs available if you are concerned about, yeah, your future here. uh, right, so the question is from B Chakrabarti. Can I get a job in UK, 15 years experience building construction? May I get a job from India? Please guide me. Brother, 15 years experience. I would say, yeah, you have a better chances. Depends. Obviously, I mean, if you're building construction, you need to search for that relevant jobs. Obviously, identify your skills. I mean, your top skills. I mean, your expertise. Look for those specific sort of, yeah, jobs on the job portals. The job portals generally we use here in the UK are Total Jobs, CV Library, Indeed, engineers.net, LinkedIn. So these are a few sort of, yeah, the generic job portals. So what I'm trying to say that just concentrate on your expertise. Obviously here the way the market works here is you need to highlight basically a specific role here. They don't want someone with a bit of experience in construction, a bit of experience in management, a bit of experience in sort of, yeah, structure engineer. They want expertise in specific fields. So as long you identify, first thing, identify your expertise and search for those relevant jobs. Like, I mean, if you are good at technical sort of side, then I would say search for the technical engineer, or, yeah, like principal technical engineer, or in the design sector. So you will be looking for that sort of side. If you are good at the construction, so you need to make sure you are good at the health and safety, environmental sort of aspects, the communication skills. So you need to do a search on that basis. That's where you need to identify your strengths first, and then you go and search for the relevant jobs, and that's where you need to catch up basically with your employers. The easiest, well, not easiest, but the best approach would be, I would encourage you, the LinkedIn. Get onto the LinkedIn, make your profile there on the LinkedIn. I did upload a very detailed sort of, yeah, my personal LinkedIn I share on one of my videos as well. Like, you need to just make sure you tailor your LinkedIn profile, and that makes you highlight, and you make yourself visible to the recruitment agencies here, and you can interact directly on the LinkedIn. That is used as a professional Facebook basically here in the UK as well. So that would be the approach I would take, and you take it from there. So the relevant jobs basically in relevance to your expertise, and then get engaged through the LinkedIn, yeah, with the relevant sort of recruitment agencies, or directly you can apply to the different employers, or like, I mean, the big guns we have, like Acom, Atkins, Arup, Sestra, lots of Mott McDonald's. So lots of big companies, international, multinational companies. I'm sure they all operate in India as well. You must be aware of all those big guns here. So they operate here. So that would be my approach. I hope this helps, brother. Right. Next question is from Utsav. Sir, what skills I can learn before coming to UK to get a high-paying part-time jobs? High-paying part-time jobs, brother. You won't get a high-paying part-time jobs. Part-time jobs are here for your survival, brother. So you will get maximum you can get basically either even the minimum wage we talk about here is £8.91 basically, literally £9 per hour. Basically, that's where you get the minimum wage. Obviously, if you compare with India, it's a lot more. That's already high wage here. But obviously here, when you come for study, that's all you're gonna get, either £9 or £10 per hour. I mean, that's what you should aim for. Don't concentrate too much on your part-time jobs. As long you can have enough, basically 20 hours job. That's what you legally allowed to do here in the UK. That is good enough for yourself, basically, to survive and to make all your expenses, all your food, and all your basically, when you live here in the UK during studies, you can manage all your expenditure with those 20 hours. That's good enough for yourselves. Don't concentrate too much on your part-time. Concentrate on your studies. I already explained a couple of jobs there. They do require 2-1 degree. So as long as you're good at your degree, basically that should be your aim. So go for that one. There's no part-time job that can give you basically 15-20 pound. I mean, no matter whatever skills you have, you won't get it more than that. So the part-time jobs will give you 9 to 10 pound. Security may give you a bit slightly more. I mean, if you go in construction industry, security in the construction industry, but obviously you need to have a bit more training here in the UK, not from outside. Obviously, you need to have the CACS label card, you have to have SIA license, which cost money as well. So you need to spend some time and some money on that one before you eligible basically to apply for those part-time jobs. But obviously, if you're doing 1 year masters, I won't bother, I mean, to go for all those training just for my part-time jobs. Concentrate on your studies. The other odd part-time jobs, like with the different sort of like food chains, or any the big sort of departmental stores, Tesco, Asda, and these kind of that is good enough, I mean, for yourself to survive. So don't concentrate too much on your part-time jobs. That is temporary. So you should concentrate on your long-term goals, which is your permanent jobs. Okay, next question from Utsav. I have a calculator. I can maximum make 10K for my masters, but I wanted to collect more money. Brother, that is a good calculation. I don't know, where did you get 10K? 10K is very sort of optimistic, I should say, very challenging. As said, I mean, don't concentrate too much on your part-time jobs. I'm telling you, this is by experience. Obviously, if you are a Superman, I won't discourage you, but obviously, I would say concentrate more on your studies. Part-time jobs won't give you that much money. 10K, trust me. Obviously, with your full-time studies, if you're not in the term, then you can earn 10K easily. But obviously, with the full-time job, when you are 20, you're only doing basically 20 hours. 10K, you won't get it. Simple as that. Right. The next question is from Basil. Sir, I did Tech in structural engineering and construction management. Also 1 year experience in designing and 3 years in management. Which course should I prefer for career growth in the UK? Construction STCL structure. Is it structural STCL or construction management? Brother, absolutely, it depends on your interest. Obviously, you got the construction management skills and you got structural engineering skills. So obviously, they are completely different sort of side disciplines of civil engineering. So if you obviously, I mean, if you're interested in structural engineering, like, I mean, you like the analysis side of it, basically, if you enjoy more of that side of engineering, obviously the best option is structural engineering. But obviously, if you prefer to be out on site and basically deal with the construction side, the obvious basically result is construction management. So it's completely, I won't stress one over the other, if I'm honest. Uh, they both are part of civil engineering. So whatever is of your interest, I would go with that rather than stressing yourself from one over the other. In terms of the job opportunities, I would say they are equally basically spread out between the structure and construction management here in the UK. So I'm sure you can find your way here when it comes to finding the job. So I can't stress one over the other, unfortunately. So it's completely it's open-ended question. So I hope that clarifies your question there. The next question is from Varen. Sir, you were going to discuss about your contractual job. Yes, brother. No, I'm not sure if this is the right platform. Thank you very much for the reminder. I was more planning to make a sort of a short video, but I can just, if I get a bit of a time, I will quickly just explain actually my new job if you're not aware. So I will explain that. Yeah, thank you very much for your reminder. Uh, Question is from Runali. Why accreditation are important? What is it exactly? Right, accreditation is completely your personal progression, Murali. So the actually in long term, obviously the employer wants someone they have accredited to specific sort of accreditation, because once you are accredited to RCE or any other sort of R-Struct sort of affiliation, that are recognizable sort of affiliation throughout the world, and no one can question about your competency. Simple as that. And generally, I would say when it comes to basically like experience sort of side, I mean, someone, the employer wants someone they can sign off all the designs basically on behalf of the company. They want someone with affiliation like RCE or R-Struct, so they can sign off the design. And obviously, if you're R-Struct, RCE sort of chartered engineer with any of the institution, it's simply no one is going to question it because you're competent. You already have the affiliation, and that's where basically I generally say to the experienced engineers, you should concentrate on these affiliation, because this is very much recognizable throughout the industry here in the UK industry. So if you are experienced, concentrate on these accreditation, and this is well high regarded throughout the industry here in the UK. As long you have those sort of accreditation, it's just a matter of basically the employee look at all your IC sort of you're chartered with IC or I-Struct, and then they can just tick the box there. Yeah, we need that people. Actually, it's obviously nowadays more and more people is doing it, and especially the youngsters as well, that they're coming into the same sort of portfolio as well, that they become more and more chartered, because they know basically how much scope that is for the chartered engineer. You can basically jump up your salary range as well straight away. I mean, once you're chartered, you can see the difference, basically the one without chartered and with chartered, you can see the whole difference in your salary as well. So that's and is, I would say, it's your progression. I mean, if you see yourself right up, I mean, to the top, you want to go to the top of like a director level and above, basically. You should concentrate on that chartership. Basically, that will be the easiest step going forward. Yeah, into a company sort of monogram there. So okay, some more question for quantity surveying. Which accreditation is needed? How to become chartered quantity survey? I don't know. I haven't done myself, but actually, the QS I think is RS risk, RISQ. I think that's the affiliation for the quantity surveyor. I'm sure if you search the Google, that is your best part. Basically, search there, that will explain you exactly what you need to do, basically, to become a quantity surveyor chartered with the risk. I believe it's our Royal Institute of Chartered Quantity. It's similar on this sort of pattern. If you basically search on the Google, I'm sure Ronali that I can give you more guidance there, because I'm not QS, so don't know too much about how they become chartered, but I'm sure this is to do with RI risk. Royal Institution of Quantity Surveyor is on the line of that. The next question is from Daksh. I'm pursuing construction project management from a uni of Manchester in September 21. How to start hunting for placement as soon as I start studying? Brother, first thing, I mean, if you're doing masters, I generally discourage placement, and not to discourage you, obviously, if you're already opted for placement. For placement, it's exactly the same way you would do search for your job as well. So all the job portals, you need to search on those job portals, and you need to basically go and apply through there. Generally, the big guns, basically the big company consultants, obviously construction management, you would more opt to go for the contractor side. So the big contractors, like I mean, Amy, there will be well, actually Atkins, they do construction as well. The AECOM, lots of, yeah. And simply if you search for the top 10 contract or top 100 contractors in the UK, that would be more relevant to yourself, and you can go on their website and apply through there. I mean, that would be the only way, because you would do exactly the same way as you are searching for your first job, uh, actually after completion of your studies. So it's no different. That's where I generally say I don't prefer the placement for master students. So rather than, yeah, doing your placement search and then obviously after finishing your placement, you have to do search again for to find your job, and where I don't see a benefit of doing placement. So why not, you would do straight into the job market. You would just search for your job, and so I hope, oh, Dash RICS, thank you very much. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you, appreciate that. But in terms of brother placement, it's exactly the same as you would do search for your graduate job, basically through their website, the main contract. Obviously, construction project management, you'll be concentrating more on the contractors rather than the consultant. So I hope you are aware of the difference between the consultant and contractor. So that's where I would go for to find the placements there. And the earliest you start searching, the better. Obviously, it give more chances to the employer as well. Basically, that you are willing, and you give them the dates when you can join them. So it's always good to start early. Right. Question is from William Khan. Sir, could you please talk about bank statement issue? Bank statements issue. Uh, I don't know, brother, what issues we're talking about here. But if you're asking about, yeah, how to open a bank account, so it's very easy, simple sort of process here. All you need is the proof of address and proof of ID. I believe, yeah, these are the two requirements. So proof of address will be, uh, it could be if you apply for the NI, national insurance number here. That's one of the first thing you need here to come to the UK. You need to apply for the NI, national insurance number, and that is free. Basically, you call a number, you can find, yeah, the number on the Google as well. You call them and they will send you the form on your address, basically where you want the NI form, and you need to fill that and send it back, and you will get the NI basically based on that to your home address. But that what that will do, basically, when you get that later, that will give you basically your name with your address on. So you will get a letter basically from the NI department, and that will be your proof of address. That's where you can do proof of address. There's and proof of ID. You can do the BRP. Basically, once you come here, you need to collect your BRP from the university. So that will become your photo ID, basically. So ID that and address the NI. That will be the easiest way. You can basically capture those details. Go to the bank, and that will give you the basically open your account free. Basically, it's no money. NI is free as well. So bank account is free. BRP you're gonna get free as well. So everything free. So next question is from Sayog. How much time it takes to receive case letter from college? Brother, I don't know if someone else knows here. Generally, it shouldn't take you more than basically a week or maximum 2 to 3 weeks, I should say, but I may be wrong. If someone else can please confirm that. But obviously, maybe due to the COVID, but obviously we are out of from the COVID now. You should receive quite quickly now. We are back on track actually. So I would say maximum it shouldn't take more than 3 weeks. The case letter, unless I mean there's some doubts in your case and they want more information. Unless if that isn't the case, so you shouldn't take more than that. Yeah, but if someone else can confirm that as well, that'd be good. Yeah, so can share the information. Right. The next question is from Daksh. Will studying online in September would have any effect for job hunting for construction project management? Studying online, brother, obviously the university is already starting face to face. I believe some of the university already started from basically this session now. Obviously, from 17th of May, more sort of face to face lectures have been started. So September would be full fledged. I mean, that is the intention. I'm not sure why would you go again online from September, but the question is for job would have any effect for job hunting for construction project management. I, I don't know what exactly what you mean. It doesn't matter. I mean, for the construction project management jobs, I mean, obviously you need to complete your degree and then apply for the jobs. That's simple as that. So it doesn't matter whether you complete your degree online or in the campus. So I don't see a difference basically, because when you apply for the permanent professional job, all you need is a course completion, basically the degree. That's where you make yourself eligible to apply for the job. So I'm not sure if I've satisfied your answer there, brother. Right. So next question is from William Khan. Sir, now in PK Pakistan have many rejections because of right. Okay. So you're talking about bank statements from Pakistan to apply for the visas. Brother, I would say as long you have a genuine bank statement. Obviously nowadays the actually the officers and all the immigration they can check straight away online as well. So as long you have that sort of account with the recommended sort of the banks, and they can check online and make sure you have the relevant and the required amount in your bank statement. I believe it's for 28 days. You need to keep that amount. As long you have those requirements, I don't see a reason. Obviously, there must be a reason why they got a rejection, and I can't see any other alternative, any other reason why would they reject it. If you have a genuine case, if you genuinely fulfill all the requirements, how much money they want you to keep in your account, as long you fulfill those requirements, I don't see any other reasons. Obviously, there might be sort of the other matter that might be the reason. Otherwise, I don't see a reason for rejection. As long you fulfill the requirements, simple as that. That shouldn't be a problem. Sayog, is UK a safe country? I would say so. Yeah, I'm here in the UK, so I feel really safe myself. But in terms of safe country, there are instances, very rare instances of racism, but I'd say it's next to none. I should say, very rare situation you will come across basically through the news. In fact, obviously I've been here for the past 15, 16 years. I never faced myself any racism or anything as such. But obviously, if you engage in yourself in that sort of side, obviously you will face a lot more there. But otherwise, I would say, UK is a safe place, and you shouldn't be worried too much. I'm sure, it's a lot safer. I would say, the least from Pakistan and India as well. And that's done, by the way. So it's a live session. Anything can happen, in the live session. So be prepared, that was Azan, by the way. Are you Azan? Baba. Right. The next question is from Daksh. Yes, sir. Completely following you. Do experience matter, as I am a fresher? Brother, I already actually talked quite a lot about the fresher, and I'll explain actually a couple of jobs as well for the fresher as well. So if you're a fresher, the employer doesn't require any experience at all. And you're live, man.
Hello.
Go away, go away. Now,
Okay, bye.
so brother, if you're following me, yeah, but, sort of, I've actually did a random search, and I've shared those information as well with you guys. Actually, on the Google, I did the civil engineering, graduate civil engineer. We call it fresher, basically graduate civil engineer. And I've gone through basically the requirements, what the employer needs. They don't need any experience at all. It's only the soft skills there. So as long you have the degree completed in high grades, I generally say 2-1, which is basically above 60 degree, that's where 2-1, and first class, that above 70 a percentage, basically you get those sort of marks. That is good enough. I mean, you make yourself eligible for all the graduate jobs. Generally, the employer do require basically the 2-1 degree. That is generally mentioned in the specification as well for the job. So as long you've done your degree in good grades, that's all they need, and your soft skills, which is your communication, written, verbal, sort of, yeah, communication skills there, that is good enough. Obviously experience do count, but obviously, uh, if you don't have it, it's you're still going to go for the graduate jobs, which doesn't require any experience at all, so you're still in a safe hand. Basically, you can still apply for the graduate jobs. I will upload this video on my YouTube channel, so you can go through basically earlier part where I've explained basically a couple of random searches on. Actually, I'm on my pad at the same time, so I did some random searches here for the graduate jobs, and I'll basically share the information what exactly the employer needs from a graduate. So simply, yeah, they don't need anything. The next question is from Sayog. Is it worth to study MSc in the UK? Uh, I would say, for me, if I give you my personal experience, so I would say yes, it's worth it, because I did masters, yeah, the same way as you're planning, or you basically already here for studies. So I did exactly the same way. With no experience, I came here, did my masters, and find my feet basically into the job market. And down the line, 15 years down the line, I'm quite happy where I am basically, what my status is here in the UK, and how much experience I got into different sort of, yeah, disciplines here. So I think if you're thinking basically to settle in the UK, definitely it's worth it. And if you're thinking basically doing the MSc only, going back basically to your country, I'm not sure how much you can gain basically from there. I would say just stay there in the UK, do your MSc there, and it won't make a huge difference, because the difference comes when you work in the industry here. That make you basically give you more exposure, and the way that, because it's a completely different, yeah, basically job market. I personally, I work in the Middle East sort of job market as well, and I can see the huge difference between the two, especially in the health and safety. How much, yeah, the health and safety, environmental sort of, yeah, prospects that they work here in the UK. It's a huge difference how the people do in Middle East. Obviously, if I compare even Middle East, that they're way good than the Asian countries as well, basically. But obviously, if you're working in the UK or like US or Australia, definitely you would see the difference. Basically, how you're thinking, your approach. I mean, that changes as well. So I hope, I mean, that clarifies the question there. Um, so the next question is from Daksh. Is it easy to find construction-related graduate jobs in the UK? Brother, I think we already touched upon this one. Uh, in terms of the job finding, I would say simply just do a Google search in the UK graduate jobs, and I'm sure, yeah, you will find, yeah, the jobs available there. Uh, Easy to find as long you fulfill the requirements, and for the requirements, you would generally just basically go through the requirements. I still got this open. Actually, this is what I've already shared. I don't want to go through that already. So you can repeat that video basically what the requirements are, and it's simply a matter of your soft skill there, and I'm sure you can find the jobs there. Sayog, is it easy to get part-time jobs in the UK? Brother, when you guys say easy, I won't say easy because that doesn't serve basically. When I say easy, it doesn't mean like, I mean, you stay here at home and job you're gonna get the offer later. Yeah, you get a job. Obviously, easy means you have to apply for the jobs, for the relevant jobs. If you can fulfill the requirements of the employer, that's where you're going to get the job. So for the part-time jobs, again, I mean, like, I mean, you still have to apply for the jobs, and obviously, it doesn't necessarily means that you're going to get straight away. You apply for a few jobs and you're just waiting for them. I mean, I'm going to get a job because easy that mean, I mean, you apply for one job and you're waiting for that. Yeah, I already applied for one and I'm going to get a job. So I won't say easy. There are jobs available certainly, but as long you show that hard work and consistency about applying for the different jobs, so I'm sure you can find your way. And as said, I mean, due to the COVID now, more relaxation in the COVID situation here in the UK, I'm sure it's getting more and more jobs now available for the part timers. Uh, Next question is from Awais Kamran. Can you apply for chartered status being unknown engineering course, MSc Transport Planning and Environment? Yes, brother, you can still apply for the chartered status. Like, I mean, if you're talking about MSc Transport Planning Environmental, uh, by the way, I mean, if you're thinking about ICE, Institution of Civil Engineer, if you look at their objectives, basically what they required, their attributes, I mean, the 9 attributes they required for the chartered engineer, um, only a couple of them are technical. All the other 7 are non-technical. So by non-technical means they are relevant to management, they're relevant to environmental, sustainability, health and safety. So it covers basically all other disciplines. So only a couple of them are technical, where you need a bit of experience basically to apply for the chartership. But otherwise, yeah, there's no harm. I mean, if you're doing transport planning, environmental, you can still make yourself eligible basically to apply for the ICE. And as said, I mean, a majority of the attributes there are non-technical. Basically, they are like environmental side as well. So planning, management, environmental. So I hope that clarifies the question. Where is uploaded, sir? Daksh, I don't get your question. Where is uploaded? Are you talking about this video? This video will be uploaded on my YouTube channel if you're not aware. So the YouTube channel, obviously, I'm live from JK Civil Engineer. So this is my YouTube channel. So I will upload this on the YouTube channel once I finish with the session. So we are nearly at the end of the session. So hopefully the last question is from Sayog. What's the visa cost for Tier 4 student visa? Brother, it's for, well, I'm not sure if this is the latest, but if I remember it correctly, the last time the visa application was £348 and around about, yeah, £460 IHS. I mean, that's what you need to pay initially, basically, to apply for the visa. I believe I may be slightly wrong or basically outdated these information. So if someone else can confirm those requirements, but I'm sure, brother, you can search on the gov.uk website, gov.uk website, and you can find out exactly the latest sort of requirement, the cost of visas for students there. By the way, it's not Tier 4 student, so it's only called student visa now. So it's not called Tier 4. That's superseded by student visa now. So that's all, brothers. Thank you very much for your company. And I hope this was a useful session. And I really enjoyed talking to yourself. Although it was just one call from Ahmed, I wished I had more calls actually on the session. But thank you very much for your participation. And we will keep this session a weekly sort of session. And if you got questions, do poll them through my YouTube channel as well. I do try to respond as quickly as possible. Obviously, I got the actually other commitments as well, my job as well. Actually, I did miss that question from about my job actually. So I did found I aim to actually actually upload a new video about my job search. Obviously, if you're not aware, yeah, I've changed my job recently, my because of my contract, and I found a new job, a new contract, and I wanted to share that with yourself as well. Obviously, my struggle with 15 years experience, how I struggle to find a job here in the UK. So obviously, that's something I would share in one of the videos as well. So stay tuned in for that as well. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would urge you to subscribe to the channel as well to make sure you received regular updates as well. So thank you very much, and that's all for me. Have a safe day and have a safe weekend. Thank you very much, guys.